The story plunges us immediately into the gritty underworld of London, dominated by two ruthless rival kingpins. First, we meet Fine, a cold and calculating gang leader instructing her lieutenant to mobilize their forces for a high-stakes operation. On the other side of the city sits Fraser, a volatile crime boss who rules through pure terror. We watch as he threatens to execute one of his own men for a minor mistake, establishing his zero-tolerance policy for failure. These two, Fine and Fraser, are the most dangerous figures in England, single-handedly fueling a massive surge in organized crime across the capital. We then shift focus to a smaller, tight-knit crew led by a skilled thief named Cat, in the source, Ed or Ad. She is sitting in a car with her younger brother Edward, giving him strict instructions: stay in the car, keep your head down, and do not move until the job is done. Kat steps out and approaches the target building, a high-end facility housing valuable jewels. She is disguised as a wealthy Russian woman, putting on a flawless performance. She bangs on the glass door, speaking rapid, frustrated Russian, pretending the lock is jammed. This is a calculated distraction to buy time for her team to breach the rear entrance and flank the security. The act works perfectly. The receptionist, believing a client is in distress, comes to open the door. But the moment the door clicks open, Kat drops the facade and strikes, knocking the woman out cold. Simultaneously, her crew storms the facility, neutralizing the head of security. Kat corners the terrified manager, threatening her into opening the main vault. The manager complies, handing over the loot. As Kat secures the diamonds, another employee attempts a surprise attack, but Kat's combat training kicks in. She subdues him effortlessly. With the jewels secured, the team sprints back to the getaway vehicle and speeds off into the night. In the aftermath of the adrenaline, the film slows down to reveal the emotional stakes. Kat shares a private moment with Roman, a key member of her crew and her romantic partner. She opens up, telling him she wants to leave this dangerous life and start a real family with him. But Roman shuts her down cold. He tells her he has no intention of having children, arguing that they are fine as they are. He tries to rationalize his fear, pointing out that Kat is already burdened with taking care of her troubled brother Edward and doesn't need more responsibility. Kat pushes back, insisting that caring for her brother won't stop her from being a mother. Seeing her distress, Roman tries to comfort her, but Kat demands an ultimatum: either they commit to a future together or they end it now. Roman stands firm. Their work is too dangerous for a child. Kat offers to quit the crime life entirely, but Roman refuses, claiming this is the only skill they have. Heartbroken and angry, Kat tells him to leave. Roman walks away, ending their relationship. Years pass. Kat has managed to build a quiet life. She runs into Roman by chance on the street. Roman is visibly moved to see her and is introduced to her daughter, a teenage girl named Charlotte. He realizes Kat achieved the family she always wanted. Charlotte is mute, and Roman instinctively communicates with her using sign language. He asks Kat about her husband, but she evasively dodges the question. Roman mentions he wants to take them to dinner, but worries about her husband's reaction. Kat claims she can't go out at night because of Charlotte, but invites Roman to dinner at their home instead. That evening, Roman joins them for dinner. The tension lingers as he asks again about her husband, and again, Kat refuses to answer. Roman reveals he is leaving the country in 2 weeks, says his goodbyes, and departs. But the peace is shattered violently. A gang kicks down Kat's door, storming the house. They threaten to kill Charlotte, then brutally execute Edward's friend right in front of them to prove they are serious. They turn their guns on Edward, threatening to kill him next. The leader delivers a chilling message. Fraser demands $500,000 within 24 hours. They drag Charlotte away as a hostage and leave the family in ruins. Kat collapses in shock, trying to process the nightmare. Edward, consumed by guilt, confesses that this is all his fault. Desperate, Kat calls Roman, telling him Charlotte has been taken and she needs weapons, lots of them. Roman arrives swiftly, bringing their old ally, Kritz, who pledges to help Kat to repay an old debt. Kat lays out a dangerous plan. She knows Fraser and Fine are rivals. If they steal Fine's jewels, they can create a war between the two syndicates, sell the stolen goods to pay Fraser's ransom, and get Charlotte back in the chaos. Edward argues that he should fix his own mess, but Kat convinces him that this heist is the only way to save her daughter. The team executes the plan, raiding Fine's jewelry store, knocking out the guards and seizing the diamonds. We cut to Fine, who is shown putting her grandson to sleep, contrasting her domestic life with her brutality. She heads to a secret dungeon in her home, where her men are holding the staff from the robbed store. She tortures them to find the leak. Convinced there is a traitor, she executes 2 of them. The 3rd employee breaks, confessing he recognized one of the robbers as Roman, his old army buddy. He begs for his life, promising to help get the jewels back, but Fine shoots him dead without hesitation. Kat and her team retreat to a safe house owned by a friend of Crit's. Kat instructs Edward to stay put and stay safe, while she and Roman finish the mission. The homeowner refuses to harbor them, but Kat bribes him with a stack of cash to let Edward and Crit stay. Roman tells Kat they need to plant the idea that Fraser was behind the theft to distract Fine. He suggests using Sia, a powerful fixer, to leak this disinformation. Kat, who has a bad history with Sia, reluctantly agrees. She bids a tearful goodbye to her brother, warning him not to do anything stupid. Kat heads to Sia's territory. She is ambushed by street thugs but fights them off with ease. Reaching Sia's headquarters, she bribes the assistant to get a meeting. Meanwhile, back at the safe house, Edward unburdens his soul to Critz's friend. He reveals he worked as Fraser's driver and stole cargo on a friend's advice. Fraser found out, killed the friend, and now kidnapped his niece as leverage. The homeowner is horrified that Edward stole from the city's biggest crime lord. Edward snaps, screaming and pounding the floor in a hysterical fit. Critz warns him to be quiet because of a dangerous neighbor named Jarro. When Edward continues to scream, Critz strikes him to silence him, but it's too late. Jarro storms downstairs, furious at the noise. The homeowner apologizes, but Jarro attacks him. Critz tries to intervene, but is overpowered, eventually pulling a gun to force Jarro to retreat. Kat meets with Sia, who is still bitter about Kat leaving her crew. Kat offers a trade. She will reveal who stole Fine's jewels if Sia provides protection and keeps her men away. Sia accepts. Simultaneously, Roman meets a shady dealer to fence the stolen diamonds. The dealer inspects the goods, realizing they belong to Fine. Roman plays innocent. The dealer hands over the cash but secretly signals his assistant in sign language to kill Roman. Roman, fluent in sign language thanks to Charlotte, understands the command and prepares for a fight. Back at Sia's, the fixer demands Kat be chained up as a show of trust. Kat agrees, but Sia betrays her, refusing to let her leave. At the safe house, the homeowner tries to kick Critz and Edward out, fearing Jarro's return. Suddenly, Jarro bursts in, killing the homeowner and another man instantly. Edward hides, while Critz engages in a desperate gunfight, shooting a fire extinguisher to cause an explosion that kills the attackers. Meanwhile, Kat breaks her chains, fights her way through Sia's guards, and plants the lie that Fraser stole the jewels to make Fine look weak. She escapes. Edward emerges from hiding to find Critz mortally wounded. He tries to help, but Critz dies in his arms. Roman, having survived the initial double cross, holds the dealer at gunpoint. Suddenly, Fine's hit squad arrives, opening fire on everyone. They offer Roman a deal, but he knows they will kill him anyway. He refuses, engaging in a brutal shootout and wiping them all out. Kat rushes back to the safe house, finding a scene of carnage. She finds Edward alive but broken. He cries, saying he has been a burden to her since they were children. Kat holds him, reassuring him that protecting him is her duty as a big sister. Edward promises to make it right. Suddenly, Jarro, who survived the blast, raises his gun to shoot Kat. Edward sees him and jumps in the path of the bullet, saving Kat but sacrificing his own life. Kat screams, grabs a gun, and kills Jarro, beating his corpse in a blind rage. Roman arrives, pulling her away and calming her down. He reminds her of her nickname, Wildcat, given to her because she never gives up. Kat wipes her tears and decides to finish the mission. On the drive to Fraser's compound, Roman confesses he still loves Kat and promises to bring Charlotte home. Kat finally reveals the truth she's been hiding. Charlotte is his daughter. Roman is overjoyed, saying he felt the connection from the start. Meanwhile, Fine meets with Sia, who confirms Fraser is behind the theft but refuses to reveal her source. Kat walks into Fraser's den, demanding her daughter and presenting the ransom money. Fraser ignores her, musing that she is a threat to his operation. Kat pleads, revealing her brother is dead and promising to disappear. Fraser orders a man to bring a gift box. Cat opens it, terrified, but finds Sia's severed head inside. Fine steps out from the shadows, revealing she killed Sia and tracked Cat here. Roman steps forward with a second bag. Fraser refuses to open it, so Roman reveals it is full of C4 explosives. Cat holds the detonator, threatening to blow everyone to Kingdom Come if she doesn't get her child. Fraser relents and releases Charlotte. Fine demands the cash as compensation for her stolen jewels, but Fraser refuses to hand it over. As Cat, Roman, and Charlotte back away, a third rival gang crashes the party, threatening everyone. With no other option, Cat presses the button. The warehouse explodes into chaos, forcing the gangs to fight each other. The blast knocks everyone unconscious. Roman wakes up first, finding Charlotte safe. Cat regains consciousness, and the reunited family escapes the burning ruins, leaving the crime lords to their fate.